Hello and welcome to another weekly financial update from RTS Financial Planning. So there wasn't much movement in the world stock markets this week, with the UK faring worse, down around 1.5%. The biggest gain was in the emerging markets, mainly driven by China. This week there was a state-sanctioned front-page story in one of China's leading newspapers, which basically said the government sees a healthy rise in stock market as key to their economic recovery. So many investors in China saw this as the government basically saying they're going to back up the stock market. And there was a big surge in Chinese investors setting up retail trading accounts. It wasn't such good news though for one of China's main economic partners, Australia, as Melbourne has now entered a strict 6-week lockdown following a big rise in new COVID-19 cases. We also see that the US still appear to be struggling to contain the virus, with 60,000 new cases reported in just one day. But in spite of this, the economic situation does appear to be improving, as the unemployment rate fell from around 13% to 11%, much faster than expected. And it's a similar story in Europe, where the unemployment rate only rose from around 7.3 to 7.4% from April to May, a much smaller increase than expected. In the UK, we've seen a further easing of lockdown, with pubs, restaurants, play areas all now open. And there's been a surge in bookings for places like the Lake District, as many people consider staying at home for their holiday this year. But if you are still keen to travel abroad, the UK has announced its quarantine-free travel list, so you can still fly to places and come back without having to quarantine for 14 days. And even though the lockdown has been very damaging to many businesses, there are some businesses that actually done well out of it. This week, Halfords and JD Sports announced big increases in sales as many people have taken up biking and fitness activities during the lockdown. And finally, yesterday, all eyes turned to the Chancellor as he presented his summer statement, which was seen as a mini budget with the aim of protecting jobs and creating jobs. The UK government is very worried about high unemployment, particularly when the furlough scheme ends. So announcements on things like a bonus for employers that keep on furloughed staff, a VAT cut for the hospitality sector, a stamp duty cut, a new scheme designed to get young people into work. And if you like your evening meals out during the week, there's a voucher scheme coming that you could potentially get 50% off your meal. So that's it for this week. I hope you found it useful. As always, please subscribe to the RTS Financial Planning YouTube channel and also sign up for our weekly email newsletter, which provides more tips and insights. Until next time, take care.